Most traders don't realize how quickly you can get funded with a one-step challenge. No verification, no phase 2, just hit the profit target and you're funded. Today we're going to be breaking down the 5 hottest one-step challenges that you can take right now. One of these firms pays out in days, another one lets you keep 100% of the profits, and another one has a drawdown rule that could wipe you out if you're not careful. So watch until the very end. We've analyzed thousands of funded traders, and these 5 firms are the #1 best sellers amongst traders today. So let's hop right into it, starting with FundedPips. Now before we dive into today's video, I do want to mention that we will be doing an account giveaway, so make sure you watch to the very end so that you can see exactly how to enter. Now let's begin. So starting here with FundingPips, you can see that FundingPips was created in November of 2022, and it has grown to be one of Prop Firm Match's largest firms here with an overall score rating of a 4.4. If you come over here to their programs, they do offer a one-step challenge, and for this one, we're going to be looking for the one-step 100K challenge, and we're going to take a look at that there. Now, for this one-step 100K challenge, our profit target is 10%, our daily loss is 3%, and our max loss is 6%. It requires 3 minimum trading days, and once you pass, you can choose between weekly, bi-weekly, on demand, or even monthly payout cycles, and you can choose between your varying profit splits. Now, if we come back over here to the firm overview, we want to go and take a look at some of the firm's most important rules. Now, for FundingPips, they have a max single position loss. This means that you cannot risk more than 1% per trade or trade idea. They also have a 3% rule, which means that no single loss should exceed more than 3% of your account size. It says splitting up a trade into multiple positions will be counted as one single trade. It also states that opening a new position in the same direction within 5 minutes after closing a losing trade is considered a part of the same trade idea. For their news trading, it says on the evaluation phase it is allowed, but on the funded accounts, profits from trades open less than 5 hours before and close 5 minutes before or after high impact news will not be counted. It also states to note that traders who choose the on-demand reward cycle for the one-step and two-step models will be allowed to trade during the news without any restrictions. And if we come over here to the payouts tab, we can see that in the last 30 days, FundingPips has paid out over $11,210,638, with their average payout time being about 22 hours, which can be very helpful when looking to trade with one of these firms. Now, this next firm on our list happens to have the cheapest 100K challenge in this video. We have Alpha Capital. Alpha Capital was created November of 2021, and it has an overall score rating of a 4.4. They offer a one-step challenge with a profit target of 10%, a daily loss of 4%, and a max loss of 6%. And if you use code MATCH, you can get this challenge for $372.75. If we click over here, you can see that the max loss type on this account is a trailing drawdown. Now, after you pass the account, payouts are on demand after having at least 2% of gross profits in the account balance, and you have to reach their 40% consistency rule. Now let's take a deep dive into some of their most important rules. If you come over here to their firm rules, you can see their consistency rule. Like we said, the on-demand payout option includes a 40% consistency rule requirement and a minimum of 2% gross profits. For their average trade duration, it says traders must ensure that the average trade duration of all their trades exceeds 2 minutes. It says at least 50% of the requested profits must come from trades that exceed 2 minutes. Another important rule to note is the news trading on qualified analyst accounts. It says for Alpha 1, Alpha Pro 6%, and Alpha 3 accounts, trading around high impact news is restricted to 5 minutes before or after the news release. News trading is allowed in the evaluation program without any restrictions. You can see here that they have a maximum lot allowed for their funded accounts. On the 5K account, the max lot is 2.5. On the 10K account, the max is 5. On the 25K account, the max is 10. On the 50K account, the max is 20. On the 100K account, which is what we're looking at, the max is going to be 40 lots there. Now, the next prop firm on our list is Blueberry Funded. It was founded in August of 2024, and it has an overall rating of a 3.9. Now, they have 2 one-step options. They have the one-step, which is their normal, and then their rapid. We're going to take a look at the one-step as it's the most popular one. Now, for this one-step 100K challenge, they have a profit target of 10%, a daily loss of 4%, and a max loss of 6%. You can see that the payout frequency is every 14 days, and if you use code MATCH again, you can get this account for $385. The challenge does have a static drawdown, and you can request a payout, like I said, every 14 days as long as you have $100 in the account, and it does require a minimum of 3 trading days. Some important rules to note are the one-sided bets. It says avoid trading predominantly in one direction without proper analysis, as excessive volume in a short period may be considered gambling and is prohibited. It says one-sided behavior also includes holding correlated exposure simultaneously or taking only buy-sell only positions for an entire pay cycle without any balanced short-long exposure or clear market rationale. For their news trading rule, it says traders must not open or close trades 2 minutes before or 2 minutes after high-impact red folder news events on both evaluations and earnings accounts. It says this restriction applies to trade execution and closure even if a trade was placed before and the take profit TP gets triggered during the restricted timeframes. But they do have a stop loss exception, and I want you guys to see this. It says if a position was open more than 6 hours before the news release and it incurs a stop loss hit during the news trading window, it will be allowed. And you want to come down here and make sure that you check out their max lot size for each pair before you start any challenge. Next on our list is E8 Markets. Now E8 Markets has the second highest prop firm match review score of a 4.8, and you can see it was created back in November of 2021. Now they have 3 options for their one-step challenge, but their most popular is their E8 one, so that's the one that we're going to take a look at here for their 100K challenge. Now for this 100K challenge, you have a 9% profit target, a 4% daily loss, and a 6% max loss. Now their challenges are unique as you can increase the profit split and the drawdown, but as you increase them, it is going to increase the price of the challenge. And it's important to note that their max drawdown is trailing. Now when you come over here to E8 Markets, if you use code MATCH, you will get 5% off, and not only that, but you will also receive a free challenge account of the same size once you reach your payout. It says that payouts are on demand, but no single day profit should exceed more than 40% of the total profit, and the net profit should be greater than 50% of the daily drawdown. Now let's take a look at some important rules that you should be aware of. They have a max position size, 50 lots per order on FX and indices, and 20 lots per order on gold. For their news trading on the evaluation accounts, it is allowed, but on the funded accounts, it's not allowed within 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after, which we're kind of seeing is a repeated thing. For the risk management, it says risking an entire daily drawdown on a single trade is not permitted. Engaging in prohibited trading practices will result in termination from our program and a refund of the fee paid from the account where this rule was broken. They also have a hedging rule that says hedging across multiple accounts, even those belonging to the same trader, is strictly prohibited. Another rule is their risk exposure limitation. It says E8 reserves the right to de-risk trading strategies by limiting risk exposure to no more than 1% per trade idea or time horizon if prohibited practices are detected. The last challenge on our list is FundedNext's Stellar One Step. They have a profit target of 10%, a daily loss of 3%, and a max loss of 6%. And you only need 2 profitable days to pass with no consistency rule. And your payouts will come every 5 days with a 90% profit split. Now some important rules that you need to note: their news trading, it says allowed on the Stellar Instant, the Stellar Light accounts with restrictions. Trades executed 5 minutes before or after high impact news events are subject to a 40% news profit split rule. So you can trade the news, you will just receive a 40% news profit split. For their maximum risk at a time, for their funded accounts only, it says funded accounts are expected to follow a 3% risk per trade guideline, where risk is the maximum potential loss on a trade based on a stop loss placement. No stop loss within 3 minutes counts as a 100% risk. Breaking the guidelines leads to the profit reductions: 50% on the first violation, 100% on the second, and eventually placement into the disciplined trader program on the third violation. Key rules here: says you must use the same trading strategy and method, manual or EA, during both the challenge and the funded account. Switching between them is not allowed. You cannot change asset classes or significantly increase risk or margin usage after passing the challenge. Your trading style must remain consistent. Here are the 5 challenges side by side. You can compare them and adjust them to your liking. You can change your profit splits, your drawdown, and really just customize it to which one fits your trading style the best. Each trading strategy is going to have different rules, so picking the right firm for your specific trading strategy is very, very important. So I recommend that you come over here to Prop Firm Match just to make sure that you're choosing the right firm for you. So some simple things like checking for what platforms they offer, their max allocation, and their profit match review score are going to be some things that I think are important that you do before purchasing with any platform. Okay, so it is giveaway time. I'm only going to say this once. The first thing that you need to do to enter today's giveaway is number one, like and subscribe. So you got to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And number two, comment which one-step challenge you think is the best and why. The winner of this challenge will be released in the next video. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching this video and thank you for choosing Prop for a Match.